fatty had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying. How that poppin' and shaking. Y'all is a lazy. My posse deep and I raiding. We act the fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's. Bitches guess over bait. Put the bread on me. Bet on my bacon. Big and flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas. Head back to my old ways. Cop a roof for all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take your mama to the Marriott and belly flop. Took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubble. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubble. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. I'ma need all the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all or nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can, yeah. Super fly for the plenty slides like a shuffle. Hit the cadence on my young Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, but the old with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slides. That bet you say you didn't never. I'm a step no. Jackie Chan, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, Lord, not me. I can never be the one you want to stuff for. Money, that machine. Gamma store. R.I.P. the times that I was broke. Acting like a 9/11 folks. Matte black, liquor clean. Dead places in and I'm a local. Cooking up canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. Pictures thinner than a pantyhose.
Go here empty your pockets. I don't do that. You might frisk me. You do what I tell you to do. Get over here. He's gonna get nasty.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday. That's just with plastic. I say, babe.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Ready! Hey, green, 90! Green, 90!
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Mahomes to throw on second down. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dante Fowler in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. Now let's listen in on the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flush to his right. They find some open field here. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And this one is incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And Butker able to put this one through. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. I talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Throwing now is Bortles. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And it'll be 3rd down.
Lucy.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. This will be fielded at the 17. Spins by. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. Early lead in that one for the Packers. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Anytime you eclipse 100 yards rushing, you deserve the acclaim that comes with it, and he got it. AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week.
And wasn't up around 200, wasn't in a crazy game, but very good, solidly in that driver's seat to win that award, and he did. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
But we were out of practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
So, my man, I pose this question to you. How do you get to be the number 2 defense against the rush in the NFL?
Be better than number 3, I guess.
Okay, right.
And make plays like that, right?
Well, you know, you're right. At its basic, be better than number 3, but you really nailed it. Make plays like that on a consistent basis.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one goes for 24 yards.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Now he's flushed out left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Here we go.
Bortles now on 1st down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Bortles. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Dumps it off to Fournette, and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
Here we go.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Working from the gun, Mahomes. Amaro's got it, left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Mahomes now on first down. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Alan Bailey in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there. Bortles now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Bortles now on first down. Forced out to his left. His throw caught right around the 6, and he'll be out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Smash mouth football right here on first down. Give it to your fullback, let him bull his way in. But the defense said, and they stone him into line of scrimmage.
He's going to get it running right. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs, as they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. Bortles now on 3rd and goal. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Lambo will put this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. The point after is good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him with contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Bortles will try again on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it. And got his man complete. And he's going to be marked down deep into Kansas City territory. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
380. 380.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, he stays up. He can't bring it, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Shotgun now for Bortles. This is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Austin Seferian-Jenkins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Flush to his right. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 20. Two-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On first down, Mahomes. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Calais Campbell in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Here we go now. Green.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Going up top. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. That one is caught by Hunt. A good pickup there at 22. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Mahomes to throw on second down. That's out to Hill, right side complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Chiefs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. That was good for 17 yards on fourth. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down. Here's a carry for the fullback. That's Anthony Sherman. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
That's it, baby. Ready. Green 90. Green 90.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. Room here to run. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's first and 10 at the 14. Right back to him on first down. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They run with Hunt. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. The extra point up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down. The 40-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Let's go, let's go.
Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
This has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Now a handoff, running off tackle right. He can't get him down. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. And that is no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
To throw is Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
Back to throw, Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He'll look to set up his blockers. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play It's safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. Bortles to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. To throw is Bortles. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. This from long, very long range. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the fourth quarter now. And the Lions have scored again, widening their lead even further. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes being chased out left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. First throw of overtime for Mahomes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Malik Jackson in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Oh, he almost had it. Would have been a big interception here in OT. Instead, it'll give him another shot on 3rd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dante Fowler in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A gain of 32 that time. Two minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. David Amerson able to bring him down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Throwing now is Bortles. Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. The Jaguars on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Bortles. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And that changes everything here in OT. Well, when you get that ball in OT, that's not the chance you envision, and the long field goal attempt here winds up lacking.
And you don't want to hang too much of this on your kicker, but he's going to leave you in a tough spot as well because you give your opponents excellent field position to start their first drive.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Blue 45.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And now the timeout comes in with just 1 second left in overtime.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. This to win it in overtime. And that will wind up just short. He had it online. It ran out of gas at the end. Well, we had 2 ties last season in 2016, and now we've got another here.
They're part of the game, and I can sound philosophical here and say, well, what can you do? But